All right, we're back for another Where Were the Adults? I see you're wearing your Senators jersey.
Yeah,
Oh,
Bobby Ryan.
that's right.
We gotta
See,
find we gotta find out where he is.
people went down the rabbit hole after the episode and they were like, "Holy shit, I was reading about that. That's crazy." I was like, "I know."
I know, right? I was just being funny about it, saying his name. I didn't really know he got kidnapped, which was
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
pretty sad.
South Jersey, man, South Jersey. So yeah, so people really dug the last few times of you and I just kind of getting together and just shooting the shit. Now today we have a sponsor.
Yes. So Scarpelli's in Hamilton. I work there. I've been talking about the show. And so one of the owners, Adam, and I were talking last night. I said, "Hey, why don't you sponsor us?" He said, "For how much?" I said, "Nothing.
Yeah.
We don't need money right now. We're just doing
Mhm.
this for fun, maybe in the future." But
Yeah.
it's a really nice restaurant. Um, Table service, great hospitality. Nothing on the menu is bad. Everything is delicious.
I
Our
haven't
head,
been back to Hamilton in years, so I'll have to
yeah,
come hit that
yeah.
up.
So our head chef, his name's Manny. He's from Borgata.
Hmm.
So he has the chops. We have a great general manager named Piero. He's right from Italy. He's from
Hmm.
Napoli. Great wine knowledge, great guy. And then the two owners, Steven and Adam, you couldn't ask for better people to work for.
Cool.
So thank you to Scarpelli and thank you to Mackenzie and Phoenix of Courage My Love. Now they're a part of Soft Cult, but that's
Hmm.
the intro song.
Oh, okay.
I'm friends with them. So thank you to Mackenzie and Phoenix for allowing us to use that little song clip.
Well, there you go. Look at that.
Hmm.
Sponsorships and shout outs. So
Right.
I guess since you're wearing a hockey jersey,
Yeah.
we should probably talk about our adventures in Marlton street hockey.
Okay. So
Um,
you played before I did because
yeah,
I was finishing up playing basketball. So I think it was seventh grade. You were on
yeah.
the Penguins,
I was on the
and
Penguins. Yep.
yeah, and I was on my team. I finished up playing organized basketball. That was my last year playing, and my team ended up winning the championship.
Yeah, I remember that. I couldn't go to your
And I switched
championship
over to
game because
hockey.
yeah, because we had a practice.
Right.
Um, but because somebody asked on one of the comments in the last episode, were you there when I took that kid's head off that hit the cerebral palsy kid on my
I
team?
was. Your dad was like 22, 22.
So
Yeah,
we
I
had a kid.
remember that.
I've told this story on the old channel I used to be on. We had a kid on our team who had cerebral palsy. Everybody would be like, "Oh, by the grace of God, go see." But he was like, he said some of those vile things you could ever imagine. And then he would just wink at you, but because he had cerebral palsy, it just took longer.
He was a nice kid. I
It
remember
was nice.
he was in our grade. I think he was in our
Yeah.
grade. And
Hmm.
he was at one of the school dances, and I remember somebody knocked him down,
Hmm.
and people thought it was me. And like
Yeah.
I remember a bunch of kids come up to me like trying to fight me. I'm like, yo, 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 I don't even know what you guys are talking about. I remember the kid
Yeah.
like hobbled over. Wasn't him. Wasn't
Hmm.
him. I remember that.
Yeah.
Mm,
So it was a rec council league. So anybody who signed up, they just put you on the teams and stuff like that. And me and I had some really good friends on that team, but this one dude was just a thorn in our side, and he would always take shots at like the smaller people or the handicapped kid and stuff like that. And
mm.
I had enough of it. My dad, it's like, get him, get him. I ran across the rink and dove headfirst into this guy. And I got two shots in before they turned me over and just started curb stomping me.
That was during a playoff game, I believe,
Yeah,
because
I got.
that kid Dana, remember Dana?
Mm,
He was
yep.
like, what new why like he was the type of kid that took rec council hockey way too seriously,
Yeah.
like way too seriously. I remember that's when like Eric Lindros was like real big. That was like
Hmm.
a hockey star in our area, and Eric didn't like to wear socks with his
Yeah.
skates. So Dana didn't wear socks with his shoes.
Yeah.
Remember that? And how about
Yep.
when Andy, remember he used to pretend he was on skates and he would
Oh yeah.
like he would like during warm-ups run and then turn around and pretend he was on skates.
So we used to play the first year. The rink was in Kings Grant, and it was just a small rink, kind of out in the middle of the woods, that was surrounded by like little strip malls and stuff like that.
Yep.
And your brother was on my brother's team
The Red Wings, yeah.
the first year, and they had like a kid on their team who was like criminally insane.
Vandergriff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like his dad would show up in the summertime in a snowsuit and build a sandcastle.
With like dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that. And remember they had like the iced tea, something was on like the roof of the car and like he sped off.
But like they came to the rink to get him because he like stabbed somebody.
I don't think
And
he stabbed somebody. I think he beat up his mom.
okay, but I
Yeah.
remember like a knife was involved
A
because
knife was involved, but I
yeah,
don't think that kid ever stabbed anyone.
no, my brother was your brother's team's goalie, and
Yep.
I would go to their games and I would either be a referee, I would do the scorecards, and like the game was going, and then like a bunch of cop cars pulled up, and I'm like,
Right.
what's going on here? And they just kind of like picked him up and took him away from the rink, and the game just kept going.
I mean, that's what it was back then. I remember that guy that coached my brother and your brother was
Yeah.
probably like 18, 19 at best.
Mhm.
I remember he was like a delivery
Yeah.
driver for Slacks Hoagies. And I remember he put
Yeah.
my brother was probably about 10, 11, and he put my brother in charge of the team because he wanted to go skiing. So
Yes.
he
Yep.
put a
I remember
10-year-old, he put a 10-year-old as like the GM for the day.
that.
I remember it was snowing out, and the guy showed up at my house and gave my brother like a bunch of paperwork and like some
Mhm.
hockey sticks. He's like, "All right, I'll see you next week. I'm heading to the slope."
Do you remember when I played baseball and my coaches were like that like group of like ruffians?
Vaguely, vaguely.
Oh, they were like
I
just
remember
like
you
they
were the
had
Colorado Rockies. I remember that.
we were the Rockies that year because the first year we were the Reds, but our colors were
We're
yellow
yellow.
because that kid we went to school with, dad was an idiot.
Yeah, that's the same kid that had to roll around and paint in his Dallas Cowboys jacket.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
and then
same
his,
kid.
his the blacktop football game at his birthday party.
Yeah, yeah. And he was like a big. I remember like, who's your favorite team? He's like the Redskins. I guess I can say it because it was the '90s.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like I'm like a Redskins football, and like
Mhm.
I remember like a teardrop from his eye because he was like so happy that I remembered that.
Yeah. But yeah, so I had this coach one time, he was a younger guy. He was probably a senior in high school when we were in like 8th grade, and
Right.
all of his friends were like local degenerates. And one time we were driving and I was in my grandmother's car, and this car pulls up next to us with all these like punks in it, and my grandma's like, "Oh my god!" They music like banging, and then they turn over, they go nude, and my grandmother's like, "What the fuck?"
I remember vaguely that, but then I remember like the
Yeah,
following year I joined the rec council hockey and I was on the Flyers and
you were the
Dave Stokes was
Flyers,
the coach.
and I was on the Mighty Ducks.
You were on the Mighty Ducks. And I
Yeah.
remember like Dave like did his homework. Like that was probably the best draft that he ever did. We just
Mhm.
didn't have a goalie. We had that
Yeah.
kid, we called him what, Pisshead Ed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember him?
And we
So
won. Yeah, we won the championship that year. And I
yes, you
remember
did.
the game. You guys had a player on your team who wore like a ribbon on his helmet.
Yeah. I remember that kid, Nick.
And the first time we played you guys, I stole the ribbon and I wore it the entire game. And then I scored 2 goals against you guys. I remember jumping into I did the Lambo leap
Yeah,
into the crowd.
yeah. But we didn't. We had to play the Lightning, and I
Yeah.
remember it went to like game 3,
Mhm.
and that's when like I think I hurt my ankle. I had to
Mhm.
like get carted off, and then you guys ended up beating the Lightning in the championship. And I
Yeah.
remember Jay Duckenfield, because Dana was supposed to like go to Florida or something and wasn't going to
Yeah.
be at the game, and Duckenfield's like, he's going to stay with me. There's no way I'm losing to him.
No, he wasn't on our team that year. He was on our team the first year.
Dana was on the Lightning.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We
Jay
beat.
wanted to beat Dana so bad
Oh, okay. I was like,
that
yeah, he wasn't on our team because it
no,
was a lot of the guys. It was a lot of the guys from our team the year before. So the last line that we put together was all of our players from the year before
mm,
against them to beat them. I missed the first few months of the season because I had reconstructive jaw surgery.
yeah,
And so I didn't get to be assistant captain.
right.
So I
You
didn't get
still
to be
made
in
the
the
tournament
picture.
team.
Yeah, I did. Both I played all 3 years I was on the tournament team.
Yeah,
And remember the year that Justin Zeitler broke a aluminum stick over a person's spine?
I remember that. I do. Um,
We used to go to those tournaments.
in Egg Harbor Township. Those were fun. I
Yeah.
remember the first year we stayed at that little rinky-dink motel
Mhm.
that was like by the bridge to go in the Seaside Heights.
Yeah.
And then the second year we stayed in Ocean City,
Mhm.
and we like the kids caused such a commotion that I remember the general manager sent like a letter to each room saying how in his like 25 years he's never been this disappointed in a group of people. I remember that.
Yeah,
I
you could take the kids out of Marlton, but you can't take the Marlton out of the kids. That
nope.
was the time when the those commercials would be on where the penguin would call you.
Yes.
Dooby dooby doo. Remember
Yeah.
that?
And I remember
Um,
the Flyers were playing the Penguins in the
yeah,
playoffs, and it was like supposed to be like Mario Lemieux's like last game. That's how far
yeah,
back it was. And I remember that like that fat ref, Minges,
yeah.
was like in like you and him were like a player and an umpire arguing that the game would be on down in Ocean City. And you're like, it's gonna be on. And he's like, it's not gonna be on. You were right. It was on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just
I'm
remember that.
I'm a lot smarter than yeah. That guy and I like. There was funny the relationships that adults had with children. There was
Mhm.
so much animosity that certain one of them had for us, but we were punks. We were
We
like,
were. We were.
yeah,
We didn't make it easy.
no, no, but art like especially like the Duckenfield, Eric Collins, Drew, Ryan Stahl.
Eric wasn't a
No, no, I mean as far as like playing in those leagues at that point, like
uh
having
uh
like we were just having like fights with like adults and stuff like that, and they're like that. You know, we were just assholes. Eric unfortunately passed away 2 years ago.
who did?
Eric Collins.
He's dead?
Yeah,
No.
yeah. Eric passed away 2 years ago.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Hit besides him and Paul Caruso were
Hmm.
probably the two best hockey players I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah. They were amazing. They were absolutely
They
amazing.
could have played in the NHL.
Yeah.
Those
Paul
two.
was Paul especially like Eric was like more of like a he was just a natural scorer. Paul was just an all around like he had every facet you could ever
Yes.
want. And
Yes.
we were so lucky to get to play with those guys. And you know, Drew was great and you know,
Yep.
Duckenfield was a scrapper, but he did shit. I finished second in defensive player of the year 2 years in a row. I think I would have won if I didn't get thrown out of the playoffs the one year. And then the third year we were together
On the
on the
Moose.
Moose.
The
Yeah.
Moose.
And Dave Stokes and I did not get along.
You left during the playoffs.
Uh-huh.
I remember because you and him got into an argument,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, "Yeah, where you going?" And Dave was like, "Go ahead, go be with your friend." Like shoving me off the bench. I remember that.
We were like, I imagine it would be like having like Brett Hall and Mike Keenan. Like we just did not like each other.
But Dave was a good coach.
Yeah.
He probably, out of all like the hockey coaches I've had, he's probably the best one, I guess you could say, because he cared.
Yeah.
He cared about you, he cared about the team, and he cared about winning. So he was probably out of like I've had a lot of hockey coaches through college and travel and shit like that. So like, but like Dave was probably the best.
Remember we had that guy on our team who sat down in the middle of the rink having a temper tantrum?
Ted Box.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, we played with some characters, man. It was like a weird collection of people who should and shouldn't have been involved in organized sports.
Right. But then we turned that and we created the Marlton Whalers.
Yeah, yep.
So
yeah,
we created the Marlton Whalers, which was like the best of the best of the kids in Marlton. And we did was it Triple Crown?
Did that one, yep.
And we had that coach
who tried to kill us.
Yeah, because remember, like we were undefeated the first day, and then we came back the second day and like collapsed like the Eagles are doing right now. But I remember like our first loss, that coach didn't take it well. And I remember he was like trying to fight everyone, like physically fight people. I just remember we lost in the first round of the playoffs in that tournament, and he got in his truck and just went into the sunset, and no one ever saw him again.
Never saw him again.
Never saw him again.
But he like, and then Jay's dad had like a gun in the car.
Yes, like he showed it. He showed it to him.
Because he was like threatening kids, so the dude flashed a gun, and I was like, "Holy shit!"
I remember. Yeah, we just then, like Ryan Stahl, who like you gotta like really get him mad to like get him angry to the point where he said something.
Yeah,
I remember that. And then his dad was like, "Ryan, you still want to play?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm still gonna play." But like it got to the point where like the parents, Marlton parents let their kids do anything, got involved. That's how bad it got. I remember that.
Yeah, but how did you know him?
So that guy living in your neighborhood, Bill Cork.
Yeah.
So like I coached with him, and we needed a coach for the Whalers.
Yeah.
So I asked him, and then he took it way too seriously, where he was like scouting for like a team that we just put together.
Yeah.
And he called himself the general manager of the Marlton Whalers. And then he got that guy, I think his name was Tony, to coach us.
Yeah.
So like it became too big for what it was supposed to be.
But then we had another guy on our team who was like removed for rape allegations.
Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then but in hindsight, that worked out for us because then we got Chris Clauder.
Yeah.
Who was another phenomenal hockey player to take his spot.
Yeah. But so it was like you called me.
It ended up working out.
We were freshmen in high school, and you're like calling me with like the moving pieces of an organization of something that we just wanted to do. Like, you know, we were just having fun. Like I remember I drew the logo in fucking study hall.
Yeah.
And I still have my jersey.
Well, that's like my password for everything is the Whalers. Because everyone's like, "What's Whalers?" I was like, "You don't understand."
Because the Marlton Whalers were the first organized street hockey team.
Right.
So I picked that name to follow that through, and then we had that all the way up and through like past college because we played in a couple other. We played in obviously a lot of tournaments in high school. We went to
NHL
DC,
Breakout.
Yeah, NHL Breakout, DC, New York, Orlando twice. Actually, 3 times we went to Orlando.
Yeah.
So we did a whole bunch of shit, and then we played at that. And then the diner you worked at sponsored the
Berlin Diner. Yeah,
the navy blue jerseys.
That's the last time we played.
I played in a league.
I think that's
Yeah,
the last time I played for the Whalers. Was
oh,
that
okay. Because we won the championship, but
we
we
won the
also had a whole bunch of
championship?
we had a whole bunch of people who were like banned from Maple Shade and
Yeah,
Mount
yeah.
Laurel.
Billy Stubbs like was on the team, and then he got
Yeah,
banned. And then we got like Alex Kapowski and like his little friend that joined the
yeah,
team. And I remember like they stopped the game and like these two haven't paid yet.
yeah.
I
Oh
remember you
yeah,
like I remember you threw your credit card and like just run it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep. Because we were so close to winning, and they were our two best players. I was like, I
Yeah,
don't care what this cost me.
yeah.
Yeah. No,
That's
those.
that's when I met that year is when I met my wife. She used to all her friends used to come to that
Okay,
those
yeah, yeah,
games.
yeah. I remember that. Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, those were fun. I still have all my Whalers stuff. And then we played when I ran the Pittman Theater. We played up by that way. And that's when, Crystal used to come to all the games and all that kind of stuff. Actually, you were on that team too, because I had super long hair at the time.
I don't remember that. Oh yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, 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 yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's with Jersey Fresh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that the goalie who like took it way too seriously, but he was
Yeah.
terrible.
Yep.
That one kid that had like the best equipment but couldn't skate. Remember that? He had the best. That kid, he drove like a Mercedes.
Yep.
He had like it had to be over $5,000 worth of equipment, like top
Yeah.
gear equipment. And the kid
Mm-hmm.
couldn't skate. Couldn't skate. He was horrible.
So there was the inverse of that when I lived in Tucson. There was a dude who played there who was wearing like gear that like he fished out of like a fire, and he was the most amazing skater and stick handler I've ever seen. I was like, that dude's fucking. He's doing that on purpose. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. That was
but
in
we,
Washington Township.
yeah, yep.
That
That's what I was
was the
running.
last time. That was the last
Yeah,
time I
yeah.
played for the Whalers. All right. I
Because
forgot
we played in.
all about that.
Yeah, yeah. Because we played in Mount Holly or
No,
Mount Laurel
Mount Laurel at the
at
Igloo.
the. Yeah, and then we played over at the other one.
Yeah. I
And
forgot
then
all about
I
that.
played, yeah, because I still have the pictures and stuff like that. Because I remember Crystal took a whole bunch of pictures of you and I on that. My brother was our
Yeah.
goalie, and then I was on that team for
Yeah.
my dad's work,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and
The guy wore sweatpants and dress shoes.
and he would do cocaine off the back of the toilet seat. But yeah, my
Time is
brother and I
money.
fought the entire. Yeah, my brother and I fought the entire team to get kicked off,
Yeah,
and
I remember
they
that.
kicked our asses. But I didn't want to be there anymore, so we fought the team.
Yeah, and
But yeah,
the one kid thought he was like Simone Gagne.
oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that kid.
It was a car dealership, you know.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, we had some rough fucking people who played for us, but we had some good times because my mom used to just take us places.
yeah. Remember when we went to Rye, New York? It was us. Like, all right. So this is a true example of where were your parents at this time.
Yeah.
So we were seniors in high school,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to say Billy, Mike, Ryan, Jay, Drew, and Paul all drove to Rye, New York by themselves.
Yeah.
By themselves. Rented a
Yeah.
hotel room and then trashed it. I remember that. They were throwing the TV out the window. They were
DC was worse.
smoking weed out of a corncob pipe.
Yep.
And they were like just causing so much mischief that like this little Indian guy comes up, knocks on the door in the middle of the night. Is he alive? Is he alive? That was the funniest thing. And then Ryan stealing stuff from like the credit card company, ban this place, hold up like an NHL breakout like cloth, ban this
They
place.
made us change our jersey. No, we changed our jerseys so they didn't kick us out.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. And then like those the kids that were on the Broadway blue shirts,
Mhm.
they wanted to be our friend. The one guy's like, yeah, I go to Manhattan College. I'm a
Yeah.
political science major. I was just like, that's a lot of information.
Yeah, we played them a couple times. We played them in Connecticut, we played them in New York, and we played them in DC.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Fighting Tony Danzas.
Yeah,
They
that
had
was in Atlantic City.
They had a Fighting Irish logo with the Tony Danza thing, and the Atlantic City one. I was the reason that we didn't win. It was my fault. That was on the Marlton team, not for the Whalers. And
Yeah.
I tried to clear the puck around. It wound up hitting one of my own players and then going back and they scored and we lost. And I remember saying to the coach, I was like, well, it's actually your fault for having me out there in the last minute of the game.
You wouldn't even like back then, like if you anyone knows what Atlantic City looks like now, so like the walk in front of like the
Yeah.
Sheridan, that's where NHL Breakout was.
Yep.
Yeah. So now it's not it's a strip mall.
Yeah, we won it the one year because I have three medals from
Yeah.
NHL Breakout. The girl I was seeing last winter, SJ, she's like, "Why do you have these medals from when you were a child?" I was like, "It's
Yeah.
the only time I was successful at anything."
Yeah, basically. Um yeah, they should bring that back. That NHL Breakout was fun.
Yeah, it
That was a lot of
Remember
fun.
when it was the year? Remember the year was in the Morristown Mall parking lot?
Yeah. You were Whit Gibbs.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
remember
was
that.
Whit Gibbs. I was a portly redheaded child from Trenton, New Jersey. My buddy Cameron at the time was a travel goalie for the state, and they had a player on their team who couldn't play, but he already paid, so they asked me to do it. And for some odd reason, I scored. I'll never forget this. I scored 11 goals in that tournament. It's the most goals I've ever had ever. But just for some reason, the power of Whit Gibbs made me a superstar.
What do you think was better, the Triple Crown tournaments or the NHL Breakout?
I thought the breakout ones were way better.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because I mean it was cool to play in an indoor arena kind of
Mhm.
thing for that, and was it Colorado?
Yeah, so like it was similar to NHL Breakout, but it was
Mhm.
inside and you like it's like the same thing with NHL Breakout. Went to city, and then
Yeah,
like if you win that region, you go to Colorado to play for like the
Steamboat
national.
Springs.
Steamboat
But
Springs. Yeah, you'd
yeah,
go
yeah,
there to play for the national. But in NHL Breakout, you'd go to Florida to play for
yeah.
the national. So
And we played.
it was similar. It was a similar type of event.
It was cool though to go to Disney World and to play in the play out like they have all the rinks set up. People from other countries.
Yeah,
We
other
wound up
countries.
getting just obliterated by a team from Norway one time.
Yeah,
And then the one year was the year that I faked my death.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Everyone thought you were dead, and then you showed up like in that kid's like hearse.
Yeah, Joe Capobianco was his name.
Was it Joey Cabianco?
I thought he was something like that. There was a dude. So we had a guy in high school who was like, when Columbine happened, he was one of those people you went, okay, good thing I was nice to that guy. But
Yeah,
he drove
yeah.
a hearse, and I had him drive me to school on the day that came back from the tournament. So people would be like, what the fuck? And then I got in a lot of trouble for all that stuff, but it was worth it because you guys remember this isn't a day before the internet. Cell
Yes.
phones, even people didn't know what was going on, and Cherokee High School made an announcement over the loudspeaker without any proof that I actually died.
They're gonna do like a memoriam.
Yeah,
I remember that. 'Cause I didn't go to Cherokee. I went to Holy Cross. But like
yeah.
I mean, news spread even to there. Oh, you hear this kid in
Mhm.
Marlton died? I'm like, he's not dead. He's at a hockey court. I remember that.
Yeah, they said it at Bishop Eustace. They said it at Cherry Hill West because my cousins went to those schools and were like, "Wait, what the fuck is happening?" So, because nobody ever believes me about that story, they're like, "Oh, you made that up." I was like, "No, I didn't."
Yeah, that's a true story.
Yep. But yeah, no, we had some adventures, man. The traveling to hockey tournaments. My mom just liked going with us, so we would just hang out and and they would do horrible things and we met a pimp and a prostitute in DC. Were you at the
Juicy.
DC tournament?
Yeah, yeah, I was
Juicy
there.
and Roscoe.
It was juicy.
And then two of the guys didn't come out of their room. They stayed in their room and watched Phantom Menace on like pay-per-view because they didn't want to get in trouble with us like out in the streets of DC. Do you
Why
remember
the
we were
NHL wanted to have it in DC? Because that DC is not like a nice area. I mean, the Philadelphia one was in Atlantic City. I
yeah,
mean,
and
and
it
then
was
the
in The Rangers one was in
Rye.
Rye, New York,
Yeah.
and then yeah, but I mean those were fun. Like I have video of those, and I got to get them transferred over because I'd love to see that stuff again. But man, we used to just travel all over the fucking place and just cause trouble everywhere that we
Everywhere
went.
we went, everywhere we went, there was trouble. They, like the front desk person like sensed it, like the kid
Yeah,
from Stranger Things, because like the feeling in the back of his neck, and then all you see is Jay Duckenfield's apple pie of a face walk out.
yeah.
I'm here.
Why are you
Hide your
sweating?
hide your booze.
It's raining. Oh yeah, I hate when it rains inside a car lot.
Because he was afraid to go see
He
The
was
Exorcist.
because we all went to some theater in New York and saw The Exorcist together when it got re-released in
Yeah,
theaters.
and he was
And
afraid.
yeah, but he was pretending like he wasn't. He's like, "Oh, it was raining," but we were inside.
Yeah, and that's where like Billy Stubbs tried to like get me to buy half-eaten candy for like a discount.
Oh yeah,
He's like, "Hey, you want the rest of these?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." He goes, "All right, $5." I'm like, "I'm not paying you for like your leftovers."
this is my part.
Yeah, this is my part. Billy Stubbs, no lie, was probably like 5 foot on his best day.
Yeah, and
But
he was
he was like the kingpin of like that little group of his, though.
Yeah, him, Mike Kozik, Chris
Yeah,
Seiler.
Chris
Yeah, he
Seiler.
wore number 69.
Yeah, of course he
Yeah,
did. Of
he was the
course he
first
did.
person I remember who told me that he smoked weed with his parents, and I
Well,
was
he
like,
did.
"That's interesting." Like,
Yeah. Remember, I called him Billy. Who this? Who
yeah.
this? I'm like, yo,
Well, because
it's Kevin.
the funny thing is, you and I basically put these teams together, and then we just had a notebook,
Yeah,
and we had everybody's like who was available on these dates, everybody's phone numbers, how much money they owed. Like we for like a long time, we basically held like a non-existent organization together
right.
in a fucking notebook, and we
Yeah,
did well,
we did
We,
well. Yeah, like yeah, we did very well. I remember even like our parents saying like these kids did this all by themselves,
yeah, there was
and
no
like
coach, there was no, it was just me tracking people down and getting money from them and shit like
yeah.
that. But yeah,
I remember when we
we would,
got the jerseys, they all lined up outside of my homeroom. Like everybody, it was
yeah.
like, here you go, here you go. Like
Hmm.
everybody wore them that day. I remember that.
Yeah, yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still have my Whalers jersey. I think I still have no. I still have my Ducks jersey. I gave Christy my Moose jersey, so I never saw that one again. And then
Mm,
I gave a girl last year who I was seeing one of the Marlton Rec jerseys because she's like, "Oh, I want one of your jerseys." I was like, "Why?" And that's
yeah.
the one she picked out of my closet. So I don't have that one anymore.
I think
But
I
no,
have three. I have the last Whalers jersey that's all navy blue,
yeah.
and then I have my college one, and I have one of my high school ones.
I have a Cherokee. Well, I actually have both Cherokee ones. I have that orange one, and I have the one that was the Buffalo Sabres colors.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just have one. Yeah, I have my maroon Lancers one,
Hmm.
a navy blue Whalers one, and then my college.
And then I have the
They're the
roller hockey
bottom.
one where they gave me the captain's C and everybody made fun of me, but that wasn't my idea. That was the coach's idea.
I remember that. We got like 5 minutes left.
All right.
Uh, do you want to make the announcement about the
Oh
movie
yeah,
we're
go
gonna
ahead.
do?
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. So Newt and I in April are gonna do a movie called The Movie Life, which is like our version of Empire Records.
Hmm.
So if anyone is our age and is a film buff, Empire Records is about a bunch of kids that save a record store. So our version is basically a bunch of kids trying to save a movie theater.
Hmm.
So it's kind of in the same vein as Empire Records, but we made it a little bit different.
Yeah.
Um, so it's a cheap, fun, just like a popcorn movie
Yep.
that we could sell.
And
I'm
Kevin wrote it. It's a
yeah,
really good script. I'm going through it now and
mhm,
just making changes so it fits the
yeah,
location, and just little things here and there. But it's a good script, and I think it's going to be a fun one to shoot. And you and
mhm.
I haven't made anything together. Well, I did Punk Rock 101 with you. You
Yeah.
and I
You
haven't
did
done
punk rock.
anything. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
but
then you
that
were
was a sizzle reel. That was just
yeah,
that was like a concept thing. It came out very well. I still say that little sizzle reel is a little engine that could, because it's gotten us a lot of clout from a lot of people.
I
So like,
play a handicapped Russian.
Yeah, Sergey. But yes, that punk rock thing, it got us, Frank Boren, who does everything, Bill Fishman, Mark Moore, Jeff Janke, Tony Lovato from Mest, who's a really good friend of mine. Numerous punk bands, actors. I mean, I tell you, I'm starting to talk to the guys that redid Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Yeah, yep.
So, I mean, Punk Rock 101 in 2026 is going to take off. I mean, you'll be a part of it. You know that.
Yeah.
But, like,
if not, I mean, I'm still just a champion of your stuff. I'm always trying to help. I tried to
hook
you up with people. You were a producer on Swamp Zombies. He's not asking us back for part 3.
Fuck that guy. So it's just like, I believe, when me and Newt were younger, our brains together were unstoppable. And we've never made a movie together. So I think it's time now that we can do it. Especially your contacts, my contacts. I'm represented by Shelly Pena from Golden Pineapple Entertainment. So
I actually know how to direct a movie now.
Right. So Newt will probably be Newt is going to probably be the main director on this. I mean, I'm so busy that like I only get like one day off a week. So, if I can help out, but I'll definitely producing, casting, I'll do all the behind the scenes stuff, but it's about time. So like I said, Shelly Pena is my management. So, me and her together could sell this thing pretty fast.
Yeah. And I like I said, I like the script, and I think that I've already can visualize how we can shoot things, and that's why I'm just trying to make things fit the location a little bit better, and then we'll have a something that we could just roll through and then go from there.
Right. And then we'll have 2 of my partners in punk rock, Stu Churchella, fantastic actor, and Greg Valenti Gonzalez. He's just blowing up right now. So like we'll get them in the movie life. I've already talked to him about it. Yeah. So then we got Fallon on your end. So
and a couple other people I've given them a synopsis. Yeah.
So we'll have a strong crew, a strong team. Is this a fun project to do? It's not really. It's in one location. It's not going to cost a lot of money. So
that's what I've been scaling it down to make it pop a little bit. So all right, well that's it for this week's Where Were the Adults? And people have asked us to do a Christmas one, so we got to do a Christmas one this year.
Yeah, and, we will.
Yep. All right. That's it. See ya.
All right. See you later, dude.
See ya.
This song's done. Beating and shoulder